Politics and governance. 1. Which event marked a pivotal moment in Philippine politics, impacting the Duterte-Marcos rivalry in international justice in Asia, specifically in March 2025? A. The launch of the Bagong Pilipinas campaign. B. The transport strikes protesting the jeepney phase-out. C. The arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte by the International Criminal Court, ICC. D. The series of clashes with the China Coast Guard in the West Philippine Sea. What action did Vice President Sara Duterte take in June 2024 that signaled a growing rift between her and President Marcos? A. She launched an online press conference yelling expletives. B. She filed 3 impeachment raps against President Marcos. C. She resigned from her position as the Department of Education Secretary and Vice Chairperson of the NTF-ELCAC. D. She fled to Malaysia amid allegations of being a Chinese spy. 3. In December 2024, what actions were taken against Vice President Sara Duterte, indicating a significant point of conflict? A. She was appointed as the Secretary of the Department of Education. B. She was cleared of all charges related to the misuse of confidential funds. C. She was hit with 3 impeachment raps. D. She was praised for her performance rating of 47%. 4. What political movement, reminiscent of Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s rule, did President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. launch in January 2024? A. Oplan Tokang. B. Kilusang Bagong Lipunan. C. Bagong Pilipinas. D. Uniteam. 5. What action did the Commission on Elections, COMELEC, take against certain party list groups in February 2025? A. Ordered them to participate in a debate on election rules. B. Commended them for their innovative campaign strategies. C. Ordered them to take down campaign materials for violating rules. D. Provided them with additional funding for their campaigns. 6. According to World Report 2025, what remained a serious problem in the Philippines, shrinking the space for freedom of expression and often leading to physical violence? A. Increased funding for human rights organizations. B. Red tagging and terror tagging of activists. C. Decrease in extrajudicial killings. D. Government cooperation with the International Criminal Court. 7. What action did the Philippine Congress take for the first time regarding the war on drugs? A. Increased funding for drug rehabilitation programs. B. Decided to investigate the thousands of extrajudicial killings. C. Approved a new anti-drug law. D. Declared the war on drugs a success. 8. What significant legal reform regarding marriage is being considered in the Philippines? A. Banning same-sex marriage. B. Enacting laws against discrimination based on sexual orientation. C. Legalizing civil partnerships for same-sex couples. D. Legalizing divorce. 9. In February 2025, how did Senator Risa Hontiveros characterize the Senate's duty regarding the impeachment of VP Sara Duterte? A. As a matter that should be indefinitely delayed. B. As a process that requires no further action. C. As a constitutional duty with no reason for delay. D. As a politically motivated attack. 10. According to news reports in late 2024, what action was the National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, considering against VP Sara Duterte for her declaration about hiring a hitman? A. Awarding her a Medal of Commendation for bravery. B. Offering her a position as a special consultant. C. Filing charges against her for violation of the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. D. Ignoring her declaration as a political statement. National security and law enforcement. 11. What action did the Philippine government take regarding Philippine offshore gaming operators, POGOs, in July 2024, Pi Gonzaga, 2025? A. Increased the number of POGO licenses. B. Imposed a ban on all POGOs. C. Provided financial assistance to POGO workers. D. Expanded the areas where POGOs could operate. In February 2025, what crime was linked by senators to the continued presence of Philippine offshore gaming operators, POGOs? A. Illegal logging. B. Kidnapping of a foreign student. C. Smuggling of agricultural products. D. Proliferation of counterfeit goods. What action did the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth take in March 2025 to demonstrate U.S. commitment to the Philippines? A. Reduced military aid to the Philippines. B. Announced the withdrawal of U.S. troops from the Philippines. C. Visited the Philippines for meetings on security objectives. D. Criticized the Philippines' human rights record. 14. According to a March 2025 report, what strategy is the Philippine Army evolving to meet new security threats? A. Reducing troop numbers. B. Shifting focus to cyber warfare. C. Modernizing equipment and training. D. Relying solely on international allies. What was the Philippine National Police, PNP, doing to counter illegal drugs, as of November 2024? A. Defunding anti-drug programs. B. Finalizing a recalibrated, rights-based anti-drug roadmap. C. Ignoring the illegal drug trade. D. Supporting drug legalization. 16. In December 2024, which agency's efforts were highlighted concerning counterterrorism and preventing the use of financial technologies for terrorism in Southeast Asia? A. Department of Social Welfare and Development, DSWD. B. Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP. C. Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDA. D. Counterterrorism Committee Executive Directorate, CTED. 17. What was the NCRPO's reported accomplishment regarding crime rates between November 2024 and March 2025? A. A 50% increase in crime rates. B. A 17.04% decrease in crime rates. C. No change in crime rates. D. A 100% solution efficiency rate. 18. Which country provided the Philippine National Police, PNP, with an equipment grant to enhance its capabilities in late November 2024? A. United States. B. China. C. Japan. D. Australia. Economic development. 19. What is the revised economic growth target range for the Philippines in 2024, as of December 2024? A. 7.0% to 7.5%. B. 6.5% to 7.0%. C. 6.0% to 6.5%. D. 5.5% to 6.0%. 20. What economic sector continues to be the top sector in the Philippines in terms of the number of employed persons as of November 2024? A. Agriculture. B. Industry. C. Services. D. Manufacturing. (21) What did President Marcos Jr. sign into law in November 2024 to attract foreign investment? A. A bill nationalizing key industries. B. A law imposing higher taxes on foreign companies. C. A tax reform law lowering corporate income tax rates. D. An executive order restricting foreign ownership. (22) In February 2025, what key economic partnership was President Marcos Jr. reaffirming, calling it the country's most important partner in fostering economic development? A. China. B. United States. C. Asian Development Bank, ADB. D. Japan. (23) What did the Department of Agriculture, DA, announce regarding the maximum suggested retail price, MSRP, of 5% broken imported rice starting March 1, 2025? A. An increase to 55 pesos per kilogram. B. Maintaining the price at 52 pesos per kilogram. C. Lowering the price to 49 pesos per kilogram. D. Eliminating the MSRP. (24) What percentage of GDP did consumer spending account for in the Philippines? A. 30%. B. 50%. C. 70%. D. 90%. (25) What was the Philippines' unemployment rate in November 2024? A. 4.5%. B. 3.9%. C. 3.6%. D. 3.2%. (26) Which courses are currently in demand in Philippines according to TESTA? A. Engineering, IT, Medicine. B. Tourism, Agri, Electronics. C. Marketing, Management, Accounting. D. Law, Education, Communication. (27) What is the projection for the Philippine economy's GDP growth by both the Asian Development Bank, ADB, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, for the year 2025? A. 5%. B. 5.6%. C. 6%. D. 6.2%. (28) What is the Department of Agriculture aiming to do on March 1 to improve market dynamics? A. Increase the price of imported rice. B. Lower the maximum suggested retail price, MSRP, of 5% broken imported rice. C. Ban rice imports. D. Subsidize local rice farmers. Social issues and events. (29) What social issue led to transport strikes and protests in the Philippines during 2024, continuing into early 2025? A. Rising fuel prices. B. Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program, PUVMP, and jeepney phase-out. C. Lack of public transportation options. D. Increased traffic congestion in major cities. (30) In the context of the oil spills in Manila Bay, which provinces and municipalities declared a state of calamity in July 2024? A. Bataan and Cavite. B. Laguna and Rizal. C. Quezon and Batangas. D. Pampanga and Bulacan. (31) What action did the Department of Justice, DOJ, take to provide legal services to communities in February 2025? A. Launched a free medical mission. B. Distributed food packages. C. Rolled out its Katarungan caravan in Camagan. D. Conducted a job fair. "32. What is the name of the annual festival in Baguio City that celebrates the blooming season? A. Sinulog Festival. B. Ati-Atihan Festival. C. Panagbenga Festival. D. Mascara Festival. 33. Which major international event is France launching an ocean conservation campaign in the Philippines ahead of in February 2025? A. The Olympics. B. The World Cup. C. The G20 Summit. D. The Third United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC 3. 34. A labor rights groups say they aim to commemorate what on Labor Day? A. Opening new factories. B. Increase to minimum wage. C. Celebrating workers' rights and contributions. D. Building new infrastructure. 35. What recent event has prompted QC local government to intensify anti-dengue campaign in schools? A. Decrease in number of dengue cases. B. Rising cases. C. Dengue vaccine campaign. D. Call from parents. 36. Several members of the legislature were accused of misusing what funds, also called PDAF or, more popularly, pork barrel in 2013. A. COVID relief funds. B. Priority Development Assistance Fund. C. Infrastructure funds. D. Education budget. 37. What is the reason for the celebration of the week-long Coconut Festival in Laguna Province in January, Ella Larena, 2023? A. Dedicated to St. Paul the Hermit and to highlight the significance of coconuts. B. As celebration of tourism success. C. To mark the birthday of the governor. D. In honor of the first settlers. 38. Which festival is described as honoring the Higanon tribes, showcasing their music, culture, and timeless traditions? A. Sinulog Festival. B. Kahimunan Festival. C. Kayamis Festival. D. Dayandi Festival. 4. Relations and international agreements. 39. With which country did the Philippines finalize negotiations for the Status of Visiting Forces Agreement, SAVA, in March 2025, aiming to strengthen military cooperation? A. China. B. Russia. C. Canada. D. Australia. 40. What was the purpose of U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's visit to the Philippines in March 2025? A. To announce the withdrawal of U.S. troops. B. To discourage any maritime exercises with other countries. C. To meet with the government and the military to discuss security objectives. D. To criticize the human rights record of the Philippines. 41. With which country is the Philippines working to schedule a state visit by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. within 2025? A. China. B. United States. C. Japan. D. India. 42. What action did the Philippines take to assert its claim in the South China Sea in March 2025? A. Conducted joint military exercises with China. B. Withdrew its claim to the area. C. Reasserted its sovereignty over North Borneo, Sabah, and reaffirmed its claim to an extended continental shelf in a communication to the United Nations Secretary General. D. Agreed to joint exploration with China. (43) What recent actions has the Philippines undertaken as part of its efforts to protect and manage maritime resources as the climate changes? A. Reduced the number of Coast Guard patrols in the West Philippine Sea. B. Submitted climate adaptation plan to UN body and hosted loss and damage fund board. C. Increased reliance on coal power plants. D. Decreased marine protected areas. (44) The Philippines and Cambodia has sealed what economic agreement on February 11, 2025? A. First Income Tax Treaty. B. Expanded Trade Agreement. C. Free Trade Zone. D. Debt Relief Agreement. (45) In February 2025, which countries were involved in the maritime cooperative activity in the South China Sea, promoting freedom of navigation? A. Philippines and China. B. Australia, Japan, Philippines, and the US. C. Russia, Philippines, and Vietnam. D. North Korea and the Philippines. (46) What type of defense item does the Department of National Defense secure from India to boost maritime security? A. Submarines. B. Warplanes. C. BrahMos cruise missiles. D. Tanks. (47) According to a recent survey, what do the residents of Philippines think about candidates with pro-China stance? A. Over 70% of Filipinos say they would be reluctant to support a pro-China candidate. B. Over 70% of Filipinos say they would be eager to support a pro-China candidate. C. All are supportive for pro-China candidate. D. Indifferent to the political views of the candidate. (48) Under the Marcos administration, what is the position of Philippines regarding the investigation of ICC on the War on Drugs campaign? A. Actively working with the ICC and even Interpol. B. Marcos promised to cooperate with the ICC until November 2024. C. Philippine government is reluctant to hold Duterte accountable. D. Marcos promised not to cooperate with the ICC until November 2024. He changed his stance and has been actively working with the ICC and even Interpol. Infrastructure and environment. 49. According to the ASEAN Specialized Meteorological Center, ASMC, in November 2024, the Philippines may expect what weather conditions? A. Drier than usual conditions. B. Heat wave. C. Drought. D. Heavy rainfall. (50) What types of disaster had the highest risk index points in the Philippines as of December 2024? A. Floods and typhoons. B. Volcanic eruptions and landslides. C. Earthquakes and tsunamis. D. Wildfires and droughts.